Hello everyone, and a happy new year to all of you. Since there's been more time than usual since last devlog, we got a lot to show you today. Content, features and more.
My name is Simon, and I'm the game director at Far North Entertainment.
Welcome to devlog number 11, Map Making Heaven. Yeah, you get the idea. It's been a while since last devlog, since all of us have been taking some time off to relax during the holidays, but now we are back on the case. First out today is the map editor. Before last week, Kevin worked within the Unity editor in order to place and manipulate some of the content on the map. But now it is built and run as a standalone application, and it features all of the tools and content needed to fully utilize the system we have made for constructing, saving and loading maps. We have shared a download link to this editor in our Discord channel, and at the end of this devlog I'll show you how it works. Feel free to check it out, and if you do, we would be thrilled to see what you make of it. The items of the inventory has received a massive facelift since last week. Instead of flat colored placeholder icons, each item of the game now comes with an icon rendered from a 3D model. And even though this is a relatively complicated process for creating these two-dimensional images, we had a special plan in mind for the weapon icons of the game. And this plan included the weapon icons being rendered in 3D, and in order to make all items maintain a similar style, the 3D rendering approach was deemed necessary for non-weapon items as well. While discussing how weapons would be represented in the inventory, we concluded that we wanted the icons to accurately represent the underlying weapons. Since weapons change appearance depending on their modifications, it makes sense that these appearance changes are also reflected in the weapon's UI icon. The challenge then became to make this possible without manually creating one image for each possible combination of weapons and mods. And there are already 100 different variations at least within the game. A system was therefore created that renders icons for the weapons during runtime, as they are being created. So if you attach a new magazine to your rifle, the rifle model is rebuilt and put in front of a separate camera, which then takes a screenshot of the weapon and creates its UI icon during gameplay. Of course, all of this is not noticed by the player, who simply sees a new 3D rendered weapon icon popping up in the user interface. Now we move on to some of the new gameplay features. The looting system has been overhauled. Previously, whenever a loot object was interacted with, the player was presented with an inventory containing various items. This was deemed redundant for many reasons and was scrapped in favor of a quicker system. In this new system, the player only needs to stand close to a lootable object, which will reveal that object's inventory in a hover box above it. The player can then click what items to loot or press E to loot everything at once. This makes the looting process a lot smoother and less disruptive than to open and close inventory windows all the time. Another significant new feature of the game is the task system, and this is a generalized system for channeling various tasks that the players may perform. Since the zombies are slow, time will be an important factor while scavenging, building and doing other things. The task system will make some of the actions of the players more expensive in terms of time and hence more risky. An example of a task that has been in the game for a long time is the revival of teammates, and now it also takes time to craft items and cut down trees, which in itself is a completely new but rather trivial feature. There have also been some fundamental features implemented regarding players disconnecting and reconnecting to the game. Previously, when a player left the game, the player's character was not even destroyed by the server. And when a player reconnected to a server, the inventory of the player was completely cleared of items. Furthermore, when reconnecting to the server, players were spawned at the initial spawn point of the map and not at the place where he or she disconnected. These issues are now a thing of the past, since the server saves all of the relevant data for each player in separate save files. While not part of the gameplay per se, all of these improvements has taken the game towards a more finished state. And that was all for today. If you want to stay around for future updates, consider hitting that subscribe button. Feel free to come join us on our Discord server or sign up to our mailing list if you just want the most important of updates. Stay a little longer if you want an in-depth look on the map editor, and if not, I hope to see you next week. Okay, so welcome to the general showcase and tutorial of the map editor. And let's get straight into it because I'm short on time. So we start by just painting something here, press the grass and start painting. New chunks will be dynamically generated whenever the white space is painted, so make a huge map, whatever. And usually you start out by painting some floors, grass, and then perhaps some tiles to build a house. And then we have the wall tool right here. You can just put in some walls, pretty much like in The Sims. And the walls have a special case because you can see here the corners are missing. So we have to enter the wall menu up in the top left and then press corner, and we can put in the corners. Generally, when you have an item selected on the mouse, like this corner here, you can press R in order to rotate it in 90-degree angles. Yes, and when we have built a house like this, we also want to decorate the walls. So, for example, we want doors, which we have up here, and there are a lot of different stuff you can play around with here. There are windows, there are glass, there are different kinds of doors, there are inner walls for interior walls and stuff like that. When the house is done, you usually want to populate it with different loot items. So we have the low tier loot, the mid tier loot, and the high tier loot here. These ones you should probably not use because they are not meant to be used in this way anyway. But anyway, we can put out a computer here, we can put out a TV, similar here, you can just press R to rotate the stuff. Whenever you feel like you put out something that should not be in that place and you regret it, just hover on it and press delete. You can do this on everything pretty much. You can do it on walls, you can do it on loot, you can do it everything besides tiles pretty much. And then we come to the decorations part. Here there are also a lot of stuff. There are signs, there are staircases that are overgrown, there are gooey stuff like this. So just feel free to decorate however you please. And you can also use this tool right here and press any decoration in order to get complete control of its transforms. You can rotate it, you can scale it in all different angles, etc. There are also some hidden options here. You can press shift while scaling in order to scale the whole thing. And you can also hold control while rotating in order to snap to 90-degree angles. Yeah, and similarly here, just can delete them, hover on them, press delete, no problem. There are also some other features. This one right here, don't use it. It's dangerous. The text labels disappeared for some reason. Yeah, don't bother. And then we come to the paint modes. The danger map mode is the first paint mode, and basically every tile in the game has a danger value between 0 and 255. And these three buttons here add different amounts of danger to an area. So just choose a bigger brush here, down here, and for example this one adds 50 in danger. So if I press 4 times, I go from low danger, medium danger to very high danger. And if you want to subtract the danger while painting, you can just press and hold control, and then you will remove danger instead. Yeah, so that's how we control how much zombies spawn in different areas pretty much. Usually when I press out, when I put out a goo like this or other decorations that are blocking the player, they won't block the zombies. So in that case I have to also paint using this blocking mask here. And what this blocking mask will do is block zombies from entering these tiles. So now when I have reserved this area here, I can put in whatever I want, and the zombies won't walk through it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the level editor. When you're done with your map, just press save. And that will save a map file in the folder that's called data. And that appears in the folder which you unzipped the map editor into. Send us that map file if you want. Send us screenshots of what you have done. Play around with it. We hope you have fun. And yeah, see you next week.